Hey guys, what's up? So, 10 years. 10 years of Death Battle. Ah, yes. Well, Master of Death Battle was something, but I would say this firstly. I didn't join the show until. Now, my history with the show was very easy. One day I was looking into a lot of RoboCop versus Terminator stuff like anime. There's a lot of crossovers between RoboCop and Terminator. I didn't even know, and I joined somewhere around season 2. Actually, one sec. I joined around season 2, actually. Somewhere around season 2, when I think. Somewhere around season 2, I don't know which date joined, but. It was somewhere before the Hawkeye. Ah, yes, I joined weekly when. Somewhat weekly. I think I joined somewhere around when season 2 was still around. I think I joined. I actually joined when somewhere around season 2. I don't know which episode was the current. I think maybe it was I would say maybe Deadpool versus Deathstroke was still airing. I don't know. I mainly I just joined one day because I was literally looking for like Terminator versus RoboCop, and voila! I found the show immediately. And well, the rest is history. I did become more of a regular watcher during season 4, but I still watch the show regularly on season. Actually, I did become regularly watching afterwards. Season 3, 4, 5, 8, all the way to now season 8. I did watch a few episodes to rewatch a lot of some older episodes. A lot of the older episodes do still. It's still one back on the day when Death Bell was still when Screw Attack was just when Death Bell was just one of the programs of Screw Attack before taking over the entire thing. But makes sense. It's the franchise hasn't been really. And well, yeah, and well, I did enjoy the show, and it was one of my favorite shows of online shows of all time, and it gives you a lot of who will win in a fight motif and whatnot. So, without further ado, let's just talk about season 8. And yes, season 8 is the 10-year anniversary of the franchise, and pretty much how. Excuse me. Of a celebration season. Excuse me. And let's talk about season 8 of Death Battle. Our first episode is Yoda versus King Mickey. Ah, yes. The band characters are getting their own Death Battle despite being banned. Jokes aside, yeah, the only reason they were kind of jokingly banned was because, well, it was because they were kind of joking on the band and they were too complicated with Yoda's physiology and everything. And Mickey was kind of banned as well. And so yes, it's Yoda versus King Mickey. King Mickey, of course, is from Kingdom Hearts. Never played Kingdom Hearts. And I do enjoy the fight. And well, I actually enjoy the fight. Hey, aside from being the start of pretty, aside from also revealing basically who Ringmaster is and why he took off the shuffle, revealing that Ringmaster's name is Marshall and he was a were college or attended college and also helped find his father. And the farm helping boost Kissers, and as well as Ringmaster helping him find in Boomstick's father. Yeah, this will be sort of a running trend with it, but hell. I did enjoy the fight, the source filmmaking fight. And the source filmmaker, it's another source filmmaker fight. I enjoy those, and although I want to move anything on from Valve related stuff for now, but still good. I'll just. Thanks for clarifying that. a pretty good fight. I do like also the voice acting as well, and overall, a really good fight. Next up is Shadow versus Ryoko. Yeah, I kind of predicted Shadow will win, but pretty good. Yeah, finally Shadow won in this fight, and honestly, I think it was good. I think the pixel art does well, and I really enjoyed this fight. I'm gonna get. Yeah, I did enjoy it. I did skip mostly through the episode because it wasn't that really interesting to me. And yeah, the obvious both red and black anti-heroes basically saving the world and everything else. And oh hey, this is also one of my. And guess what? This was also one of my episodes I had on my wish list. In one of my older lists on Death Battle on DeviantArt. Sweet. It's finally. Although I was a little concerned and I was had to deal with those people in the comments. And yeah, finally Shadow won. Good now, happy now. But in all seriousness, I think the episode's pretty good and I do like the soundtracks. I do enjoy the music of the season so far. Next up is Lex Luthor versus Doctor Doom, and one sec, I think. Okay, I'm going to say that. Hey, I'm gonna say this real quick. Just one sec. Continuing, I wasn't really excited for this fight at first, mainly because, oh come on, you're gonna just pick Gilgamesh to fight Doctor Doom over Lex Luthor. Was it because they really need to get the legacy theme? But in all honesty, I still enjoyed the episode. I mainly enjoyed the animation, the music, and, well, yeah. It's still enjoyable of an episode, but I was kind of disappointed it's not Lex Luthor. It's not, Doctor Doom fighting Gilgamesh versus Doctor Doom. I do hope we may get Doctor Doom versus Gilgamesh next season, or at least some at some point. I'll say next season or the season after that. Personally, I wasn't really enjoying the idea of this episode. Okay, idea-wise, I didn't really like it, but it's still an enjoyable episode, but not my favorite, to be honest. Next up, we get the Heihachi Mishima versus Geese Howard. Gee, a character that literally had survived many things. He's like a laser, pretty much getting thrown off a cliff, but survive pretty much almost anything. But still the guy who just got killed by falling off of a tall building. Gee, I wonder who will win. Okay, in all seriousness, this is a pretty good fight. Just checking the voice actors of this fight. Obviously, the fight was still pretty good. Albeit, I thought it was a bit one-sided, mainly because you know who is the and pretty much that. Honestly, while the fight was good, I do enjoy some of the yeah, the fight is good. Yeah, pixel art. I kind of wish it was a done 3D model, so I think they were saving that for the next fight, right? And overall, I think the fight is good. Although at least they still managed to deal with the limitations and everything. And yeah, I do enjoy a lot of the fight, and overall, it was still pretty good and everything else. And I do like it. So yeah. Also, the music is also pretty cool, also as well. Next up is, and the last of this for the release part one of course, Blake versus Mikasa. Gee, yes, the Ruby bias strong with this one. Okay, in all seriousness, it was a pretty good. And yes, this fight was going to be done without the Ruby bias itself. Okay, sorry. Okay. One second, let me just sorry, I had some Okay, in all seriousness, though, the fight was pretty good. Itself was pretty good. Be it, I did find it kind of weird how this fight was there and just yeah, they're both dual wielding and acrobatic anti-social members of the special monster hunting crew. They're pretty much just using that. I did feel like most likely Blake was going to win mainly because not because of Ruby bias. I just feel like I felt like she was a more stronger fighter, had more abilities, and more unique, and a bit of a unique arsenal. And well, to be honest, I think the fight itself was good. I think it was good. I do enjoy the animation. I do feel like the animation at times is not my favorite. I do enjoy the music, of course. The animation is my least favorite out of the bunch, and mainly because of it. Mainly because they're doing the yes. Here's the frame rate issue use, and yeah, I felt the frame rate issue was having a little been having problems, and I don't know if this is from the going for the artistic choice of the and trying to go with low frame rate equals artistic art stuff. And yeah, sure, some shows use it to the advantage of all that, and yeah, as long as it looks good and everything, then sure. But yeah, I just feel like I prefer CG more of actual animation instead of having to look like I was running Crisis or something on my computer. Yeah, that's why I didn't really like shows that have a that tries to imitate the low frame rate art style. Doesn't really work in my opinion. I just feel like the animation should have been more fluid, mainly because of the fight. Also, the models are, for the most part, a bit clayish. I just feel like they were trying to go do the anime art style, but that's just my opinion. Also, overall, I think it was a pretty good episode, mainly because it was music, and yeah, the matchup was kind of obvious, but overall, it's a pretty good episode. Just I never liked the anime. The music and the research was decent, although I do feel like it was. Though I felt Blake was a much powerful opponent than Mikasa. Also, the choreography was pretty good. I also shout out to the. So yeah, um, yeah, still yeah, it's still a good fight though. So yeah. Anywho, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to rate, subscribe my channel, and I'll see you guys next. And yeah, I'll see you for the next. I'll see you for the next part of this review series once at least episode 10 releases at least. Now, excuse me, I'm off to go wait for whenever Ivis versus Poe comes out. Out.